Stars, what's going on? This is Coach Wood. I am back, baby, and we are officially in the weekday huddle. So thank you for joining us. If this is your very first time stopping by the channel, you are welcome. Please make sure that you come back. And then also, please consider hitting that subscribe button because we publish great content, you guys, geared towards the football players, the parents of football players, the coaches out there, and the fans that love this great game, want to figure out how to navigate this game. So please consider hitting the subscribe button so that you're notified whenever we release new content on behalf of Before You Go Pro. And we do weekly, you guys. So we want to grow the best organic football community on YouTube, and we need your support to do that. Also, you guys, please make sure that you check down in the description box. We've curated some amazing football resources for you guys out there that want to take your game to the next level. So go down there in the description box, check out the resources. There's even NIL information for you guys that want to put a couple dollars in your back pocket too. But let's get into the topic, you guys. We're always going to bring things that you need to keep top of mind. There's a lot of layers to this game of football, to this industry. And if you haven't come from maybe a family that is used to navigating this thing, or you don't have the right people in your circle, you can quickly get tripped up. And there's people watching. There's people watching you young football players out there. So today's topic, you guys, is, are you ready for the microscope? Are you ready for the microscope, baby? Many of us say that we want big time things in our life. Many of us say that we want to drive a team down for that game winning touchdown or get that game winning pick six. But are you ready for the microscope? And the reason why I bring this up, you guys, because depending on when you are watching this, we are currently in the midst of the college football playoffs. And obviously, with the college football playoffs comes big time opportunity. Big time opportunity for you young football players that get that wonderful opportunity to play in these games. Big time chance for you to skyrocket your value. For you to skyrocket your value, for you to become a college legend in these type of games, you guys. So, once again, depending on when you've seen this, it may be a different time in the college football playoffs. The playoffs may be over, but the point that I'm about to make is timeless. It's timeless. So check this out. After Texas A&M and Miami played in the first round of the playoffs, Texas A&M lost. A lot of people thought they were going to win the game. They were favored to win the game, and they lost in a defensive battle, a great game. Actually should have went to overtime, but it was a great game, you guys. They lost 10-3. Now, once there's a loss, especially in a big game, as you guys know, everyone's looking for someone to point the blame, right? Everyone's looking for someone to blame. And football is a sport where, you know what? A lot of the blame tends to go on the guy behind the center, the quarterback. So, especially when your team doesn't score any touchdowns, a lot of people turn their attention to Marcel Reed, the Texas A&M quarterback, young sophomore gunslinger. Very talented. Obviously a big reason why Texas A&M had a great season this year and was able to get into the playoffs. But a lot of people turned their attention to Marcel and said, hey, baby, we didn't score any touchdowns. We didn't score any touchdowns, and we want to point the finger at you. We're paying you a lot of money, so we're looking at you to put points on the board, and we didn't score any touchdowns. But what happened, you guys, as you see here on the screen, it actually came out that young Marcel Reed was out partying. You see him with the bottle here, and he's toasting to the good life. And supposedly, he was out partying a couple of days before this big game versus Miami, the biggest game of his life thus far. The timing is interesting. The timing is interesting because if this was before the big game with Miami, then why didn't this video and why didn't these pictures come out before the big game? So obviously, as soon as they lose, people are looking for someone to blame, and somebody was sitting on this content. Somebody was sitting on this information with young Marcel out on in the streets. All right. So, depending on how you feel, it's how you feel. If you feel that a young man should be able to do what he wants to do in his spare time, he didn't do anything illegal. He's been playing great all season. They shouldn't be putting him on blast like this. Then obviously you're entitled to those feelings. There's the other side of the camp that thinks that he was wrong and that he jeopardized not only a great opportunity for himself, but a great opportunity for the whole Aggies team. That maybe he wasn't on his game. He threw 2 interceptions in the game, and maybe him partying a couple of nights before was part of the reason why. There's 2 camps to this. Obviously, it's not favorable. It's not favorable. So it brings us to the point, you guys, that are you ready for the microscope? Because whether fairly or unfairly, you're going to get judged. You're going to get judged as a student athlete, as someone that's making those NIL dollars, as someone that's playing at a very high level. You will be under a microscope. And that's just one of the layers that comes with this game. This is an entertainment game. There was 104,000 people at the Texas A&M Miami game. You're on stage, brother. So if things don't go well, then, expect there's always eyes on you. And in this day and age, you guys, there's always cameras on you. We tell our athletes, as soon as you leave your front door, just anticipate that there's a camera on you. Whether it's somebody's dashboard camera, whether it's somebody's ring camera, whether it's somebody's cell phone, you should always anticipate that there's a camera on you. If you go to the club with your boys, and you are the biggest, strongest gladiator people looking at the club, somebody's going to probably wonder who you are, and somebody's going to start taking pictures of video. So it just is what it is. You can't have your piece of the pie and not have this part of it too. You guys will be under a microscope. The better you become at football, the greater the microscope gets, the higher the intensity on the microscope. So you have to be aware, you have to move. And one thing that I didn't notice back in the day, and this was back in the day when everybody didn't have phones. One thing that I didn't notice, and I found out for myself, is that the coaches know everything. The coaches know everything. It's their job to know everything. And especially at the college level, they know everything, because a lot of times the people you partying with or the people that are watching you are people that are in the building. These are grad assistants. These are trainers. These are people that are actually students. So they know exactly who you are. They're watching. A lot of you guys are in these small college towns, or you will be in these small college towns like Oxford, Mississippi. You're in Boulder, Colorado. You're in these Manhattan, Kansas. You're in Lubbock, Texas. You're in these small Starksville, Mississippi. You're in these small towns where you guys are the pro athletes. Some of you guys in high school, you go to these big time high schools, Katy, Texas. You are the star. People know who you are, which means you're under a microscope. So you have to be careful, you guys, because it's never been such a great time to blow up, but it's never been such an easy time to lose it all. So, it definitely wasn't favorable for Marcel. I think he played against a championship level defense versus Miami that came to play and was ready to play. So I don't think that he was affected so much by what he was doing before the game. But who knows? Who knows? And now it's probably something that he's regretting. It's something that he's wishing didn't get out there. It may show a lack of focus, because Carson Beck wasn't shown partying, but you were. So these are things to keep in mind as young student athletes. A lot of you kids are going to have a chance to go off and play in college. When you get to college, it's 1-year contracts, baby. How does A&M play this? Do they continue to roll with Marcel? Or do they say, hey, maybe he's a little young. We can go get something a little bit more polished in the portal. A little bit more polished off the field. So, you guys, these are things that we are going to talk about in the huddle. We had to come on in the huddle and talk about this one. Because there's money to be had. There's money to be had, and you guys work tremendously hard to show out on Fridays, Saturdays, eventually maybe some of you guys on Sundays. Let's be smart. Let's be smart. You're under a microscope. Nobody's telling you don't kick your feet up. Nobody's telling you you can't go out and have a good time and party. But let's be smart. Let's be smart. All right. So tell me what you guys think. Do you think that this inhibited Marcel from having a great game? Do you think that this is just college kids and they shouldn't be paying attention to him like that and he shouldn't be under the microscope like that? Or do you think, hey, he's dropping the ball? He needs to know that he can't go out and do that. He can't be in the public sphere like that with a bottle in his hand, toasting to the good life. He can't do that right before the big game. So tell me what you guys think. Do you think Marcel dropped the ball? Or do you think that, hey, Miami was just better and it wasn't his fault? They were going to be hard-pressed to score points anyway. So let me know what you guys think. We've got tremendous content coming your way. And once again, it's all geared towards service. It's all geared towards making sure that our athletes that tap into us, the families that tap into us, win in this industry. All right. So make sure you get down in that description box. Check out all of our amazing football resources, our NIL resources, you guys. Hit that subscribe button so that you know when Coach Wood is coming back in the huddle and you can join me, baby. But let me know how you feel about Marcel Reed. And was this him tripping, or was this him just being a college kid and everything is okay? I'm Coach Wood. We'll see you at the top.
Let it be all West. Let it be all West.